Now that the calendar page is turned to January and glamour and excitement of holiday season wrestling tournaments are in the past, high school wrestlers are getting down to the basics of the regular season schedules. That means battling traditional league opponents with the goal of winning a division or section title. Tonight, one such battle that will go a long way in helping to decide the Mid-Penn Keystone Division crown. Lower Dauphin at Cedar Cliff, next on High School Sports Live. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Cedar Cliff High School. John Repitz tonight, joined by John Toscano of Penn Live, our normal commentator, George Hartwick, a bit under the weather. Hopefully, George will be back with us next week. John, when you look at the Mid-Penn Keystone, Cedar Cliff, Lower Dauphin, they always seem to be in the mix for a division championship. It seems like this battle is going to go a long way in deciding Keystone again this year. Isn't that right?
Very tough physical battle last year between these two teams. Cedar Cliff winning 36-23. I expect the same type of matchup tonight. And like you said, it always seems to come down, this matchup, this duel always seems to have a say in who wins the Mid-Penn Keystone title.
It should be a good one, so stay tuned. First match is coming your way in just a couple of minutes, so sit back and enjoy it. As we like to say, you have the best seat in the house for this one. It's Lower Dauphin at Cedar Cliff coming your way next here on High School Sports Live.
Hey guys, just in time.
When Julie wanted to provide some stability for her two boys, she reached out to the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency for her home loan. We're proud we could help Julie and her family. If you're looking for an affordable home loan or refinancing option, give us a call. We offer down payment and closing cost assistance too. Call us weekdays 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. or check our website. We're the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency. We help homeownership dreams come true.
Chrysler, Jeep, Nissan, Pre-Owned. The Brenner family of dealerships is proud to support High School Sports Live. And we've been serving Central PA for over 93 years. We have everything that you're looking for. Great customer service, great pricing and selection, an excellent service department for the life of your vehicle. All at the Brenner family of dealerships on the Carlisle Pike Mechanicsburg and on Paxton Street, Harrisburg. 24/7 at BrennerFamily.com. Serving Central PA for over 93 years.
Under a new state law, all electronics must be recycled.
Welcome to the Dauphin County Recycling Center, where recycling is quick, easy, and free.
You may recycle appliances or even cell phones.
We're open 6 days a week, and recycling is as easy as 1, 2, 3.
Contact our helpful staff at the Recycling Center or visit our website for more information.
Help us protect our planet, because tomorrow does matter.
There's a place where kids really connect to learning. Commonwealth Connections Academy. It's a tuition-free, fully accredited online public school where students find devoted, enthusiastic teachers like never before. Commonwealth Connections Academy, the online public school.
It's always better when you get to pick your team. That's why I didn't just accept the regional health plan offered at work. I went to a Highmark Direct store and picked a more affordable plan with a broader network, one that I feel better with.
For the most value, you're better with Blue. We're reinventing affordable health care for today and for generations to come. For all you do, you're better with Highmark Blue Shield.
You already know your Giant bonus card is a great way to bag real savings on groceries. But it does so much more, like helping you pump up your fuel discount with Gas Extra Rewards. Just by using your Giant bonus card, you'll save 10 cents per gallon for every $100 you spend. So the more you buy, the more you save. Gas Extra Rewards, fueled by Giant.
Welcome back to Cedar Cliff High School. We're getting ready for our opening match of the night. Lower Dauphin and the host Cedar Cliff Colts. Big battle in Mid-Penn Keystone Division. We are starting at 170 pounds tonight. Starting at the upper end of the weight scale. And for Cedar Cliff, it's Emerson Wentz taking on
looks like Hunter Harnish.
Hunter Harnish for Lower Dauphin, 170. At Cedar Cliff in the powder blue jersey, or powder blue singlets, Lower Dauphin in the traditional dark navy.
Harnish,
royal blue.
Harnish has the leg there. Looks like he's trying to work it, but so far Wentz not giving ground.
Wentz coming in with a record of 9-5. Harnish coming in at 10-4. So we have a reversal there. So the first points of the match.
Just that quickly can change.
Quick reversal and the 2 back points for Emerson Wentz. He now has a 4-2 lead over Hunter Harnish. So we are in the final 30 seconds of the opening bout of the night, opening period. It's Wentz on top. Trying to turn. Time counting down, and that's going to take us to the end of the first period. So at 170 pounds, the opening 2 minutes on the board, Emerson Wentz of Cedar Cliff has a 4-2 lead over Hunter Harnish at Lower Dauphin.
Wentz really looked strong on top those last 30 seconds of the period.
Here's another quick look at how we got to that. There's the reversal and the takedown. Nice 4-point move. Now Harnish comes right back with the reversal. So we are now tied at 4. Off the mat, so we come back and we'll start all over from the center of the ring.
A lot of nice early action in this one, just the way you'd want to start off the lead bout of an important division duel.
So many times that first match of the night just kind of sets the tone, whether or not it's going to be an aggressive night or the guys going to be getting after each other. They're just going to try to feel each other out.
That was certainly the case last night with Cumberland Valley and Boiling Springs coming out pin, and that got the crowd into it, and that really set the tone for Cumberland Valley. Never looked back then.
Wentz of Cedar Cliff now with the escape on that move, so he's now up 5-4. Two points on the takedown, so now he stretches it to 7-4. And it's got to be a hopeless feeling when you're down on the bottom like that and he's got you locked in.
Absolutely.
You're trying to do something, but you just can't move.
It's as tight as this bout was up until that last shot. It just seems like Wentz is a lot quicker with his shots here.
Wentz still in control. Trying to get the opposite arm. Still no luck as they get close to the edge of the mat. Referee Brian Swartz says, okay, enough guys, let's go back out to the middle and let's restart. 21 seconds left in period number 2. Wentz leading Harnish 7-4.
Harnish really going to work hard here these last 21 seconds to get up to his feet. At least give himself a chance.
Chance for some points. Didn't quite get him turned all the way. One point escape, so it's now 7-5. In time, he did give him 2 points. And then let's see what happens. It looks like Referee Brian Swartz was not aware that the period was over.
That was very, very close.
Very
to the
close
end. Very
to being
close.
given him the 2 points.
No, he's not.
No, they're waving the 2 points away. So there is no takedown on that. So it's going to stay at 7-5 as opposed to being tied at 7, and we're going to head to the third period.
This match has sure changed in a hurry.
You know, we saw this quite a bit last night at the Cumberland Valley Boiling Springs match, where in the closing seconds, you know, guys were able to extend, you know, their lead and get major decisions out of the situation, just because they did work it until the very last tick on the clock. So Wentz now with an 8-5 advantage, minute 45 left. Had a quick shot there of Lower Dauphin coach Kamal Pegram, watching the action.
He told his wrestler right after they waved off that takedown, don't worry about it, just go back, go about your business.
Yeah, you have no control over that, so why worry about it? Just keep on going. Wentz tries to shoot on the legs. Harnish counters. We approach the 1 minute mark. For those of you maybe not familiar with wrestling, 3 2-minute periods. Wentz looking to ride him out as a 5-point advantage as we hit 40 seconds to go. Off the mat, so we're going to start it back in the middle for the final 24 seconds of this one.
Harnish really needs to get to his feet quick here, although 24 seconds, running short on time.
3 points, you could say, you know, could possibly do something. 5 points, it's a tall task to ask right now. So it looks like Emerson Wentz of Cedar Cliff is going to give us our first victory of the night at 170 pounds. He comes away with a 10-5 decision over Hunter Harnish of Lower Dauphin. You're watching High School Sports Live on ABC 27, presented by PHFA. Back at Cedar Cliff High School, Colts get first victory of the night. That came at 170 pounds. Emerson Wentz, a 10-5 winner over Hunter Harnish. So now we move up to 182 pounds. Lower Dauphin puts their wrestler out first. That's Josh Colello of Cedar Cliff. He's taking on Evan Morrall of Lower Dauphin. Colello, one of the outstanding wrestlers in the area. Jeremy Elliott of the Patriot News and Penn Live came out with his most recent rankings and has Josh ranked number 1 in the district.
22-4 coming into this match. Really had some nice finishes at some of the December tournaments. 5th place finish out at the Powerade tournament in Cannonsburg. Also a 5th place finish down at the Beast of the East tournament in Delaware.
Those are the tournaments where you really make a name for yourself.
Absolutely. Top-notch competition, both tournaments.
Morrell comes in with a record of 11-9 this year. Right now it's Colello on top 4-1, a minute in. And Josh gives up a point, make it 4-2. That was an escape where you gave up control. So it looks like we're going to be playing a game of takedown, which he did, got 2 more points, so it's now 6-2. And it seems the strategy where if doesn't really work anything here, don't be surprised to see him
let him up again.
Let him up, cut him loose, give up the point, and then go after him again to take down for another 2.
And lots of times when you see this is a match that has bonus point potential, tech fall potential.
Fourteen different weight classes in high school wrestling. Colello's going to go to the second period with a 6-2 advantage. You score individual points based on the number of the moves that you perform during your individual match, and then what decides the number of team points is the number of points in which you win your individual match. So you get 3 points for a decision, 4 for a major decision, 5 for a tech fall, which is being up by 15 points or more, and of course 6 points for a pin.
Colello's scoring points, lightning quick pace right now.
Fast and furious. It's already 10-4. And the way he's attacking, watch, he's going to probably take another shot here. Two more, so it's now 12-4. So we're getting close to tech fall range here, although it's 8-point advantage, so that goes to a major decision. It should be 14 points.
It's really impressive to watch Josh right now. You can tell this is a wrestler that was really seasoned throughout the month of December, and now he's looking to hit his stride here as we get through to January.
So here we go, playing the games again. He lets him up for the 1-point escape. Turns back around and gets 2 more. So just like that, it's now 14-5.
As you can see, this is a hard match to chart. I'm running out of space on my paper.
It's really a pleasure to see a wrestler when he's in control like Josh is right now. Every time he makes a move, he looks over at Coach Rob Rapsey. Do I cut him? Do I stay? And whatever coach says, he just goes and does. So it must be a great feeling to be a wrestler in that position.
Absolutely.
So it's now a 10-point advantage. It's now 16-6. Soon to be 16-7. There's the escape. 16 seconds left in the second period. Don't be surprised if we see another takedown here before the end of the period in the final 10 seconds.
And there it is.
There it is.
Nice double.
And I think Josh should just be content to ride this one out. So at the end of 2 periods, Josh Colello leading Evan Morrell of Lower Dauphin by a score of 18-7.
Like you said, John, just content to look for his shots. Hasn't really tried for a tilt or a cradle, anything like that. Just calmly going about scoring his points.
There's 2 more. Johnny mentioned about charting this one out. All you have to do is say more of the same, more of the same. Or ditto, ditto, ditto.
Just put
it's the same thing. Here we go.
There it
This
is.
one might be over. Talk about bonus points, and Josh Colello is going to get Cedar Cliff 16 points with that pin. at 182 pounds. You're watching High School Sports Live on ABC 27, presented by PHFA.
You already know your Giant bonus card is a great way to bag real savings on groceries. But it does so much more, like helping you pump up your fuel discount with Gas Extra Rewards. Just by using your Giant bonus card, you'll save 10 cents per gallon for every $100 you spend. So the more you buy, the more you save. Gas Extra Rewards, fueled by Giant.
Back at Cedar Cliff High School, the Colts have taken the first 2 matches from their bout here tonight with Lower Dauphin. We now move to the 195-pound match. Josh Colello of Cedar Cliff with the pin there at 182. So the Colts, thanks to that 6-point advantage, or 6-point team points there, is now up by a count of 9-0. And this is Cole Whalen of Cedar Cliff. Taking on Will Puderbaugh of Lower Dauphin. And it's Whalen with the takedown and the early lead after just 20 seconds. Great shot there by our Invicta crew. And John, you just have to love high school wrestling in a situation like this where you darken the gym and you just have the one main light on over the mat. Just really puts everything at center stage.
It really just does add to the atmosphere. They did that last night over at Cumberland Valley in a packed gym there. Nice crowd here tonight, and it just gives it a certain buzz, a nice feeling here. And you can tell when it's an important match, an important duel.
Yeah, because the place starts to fill up early, and you get that buzz about a half hour before that they're getting ready to start. So Whalen leading Puderbaugh 2-1. Much like last night, the home team jumped out with 2 early wins. Let's see if Cedar Cliff can kind of follow suit here. They take the first 2 matches. Less than a tick left in the opening quarter, 0.4 of a second to be exact. We have time to blow the whistle, and that's going to do it for the end of the first period. Paul Whalen of Cedar Cliff on top of Will Puderbaugh of Lower Dauphin by a count of 2-1 to move to period number 2. And it's going to be Puderbaugh starting on top in the up position. And Whalen with the quick move is going to pull a reversal. So he's now going to stretch the lead with that 2-point move. It's now 4-1.
Cole made that look pretty easy coming from the bottom.
Is that disheartening when you start a period like that and you're on top in control, and after like 10 seconds, all of a sudden things have changed that quickly?
Yeah, I think it is, because we're in the third bout here. Lower Dauphin's looking to try to get something going here. Only 2-1, and to have Whalen hit a reversal that quickly, as you said, can be very disheartening.
Dangerous move, potential dangerous move there, so we're going to go back and restart from the center. Referee Brian Swartz quick to call that. Ref's had a pretty easy job so far tonight.
I think so.
Everything's been cut and dry.
with maybe the exception of the takedown right at the end of the second period buzzer.
And that was pretty much decided at the scores table as far as the actual timing of that event, not the actual move itself. So many times the official has to come into play when you get stall warnings and potential points and stuff like that. But so far, none of that is. All the wrestlers have been very aggressive. Have been carrying the action so far. 40 seconds to go, second period.
There was a match last night in Cumberland Valley Boiling Springs. I believe there were three stalling points. I believe that was the Kyle Shoup Felix Belga match.
Two-point reversal. We are now tied at 4. Off the mat, and we're going to come back to the middle. No, he waved that move off. It's still being scored at 4-2.
That close to a tilt and that close to a reversal, but still 4-2.
So, final 2 minutes coming up here at 195. Cedar Cliff trying to stretch the lead. Let's see if Lower Dauphin can get on the board. This one's still within striking distance. Puderbaugh attempted a quick move off the break, much like was done to him at the start of the second period. Whalen continues to be the aggressor, trying to make something work from the top. And it looks like he's going to cut him loose. So it's now a 1-point match. It's 4-3.
This is Puderbaugh's opportunity. He's at his feet for a shot, but it looks like Whalen's the aggressor here looking for his shot.
Whenever you're out there against an opponent, can you feel if he's starting to run out of steam? I mean, maybe that's a situation here where Whalen might say, he's starting to run out of gas, maybe I can cut him and then take him down again, which is just what he did right there.
Absolutely. I've had wrestlers say that to me before. You can get a sense of how much your opponent has left in the tank.
It's been a tiring match for Puderbaugh. He's been on the bottom most of the way, and Whalen's just been pounding on him from the top. So it's 6-3. 35 seconds left.
Yeah, Puderbaugh's really hung in there in this bout, but he's had to expend a lot of energy to do that.
Back on his feet with 10 seconds left. He gets an escape. It's now 6-4. Took a shot, but off the mat. So it looks like it's going to be a case of too little, too late for Will Puderbaugh. As Cole Whalen comes away with a 6-4 win at 195 to give the Colts their third straight win of the night. You're watching High School Sports Live on ABC 27, presented by PHFA.
Ruff Tractor and Equipment is PA's full-line equipment dealer representing Case Construction along with other leading manufacturers. Ruff Tractor celebrates its 55th year in business, serving the total sales, rental parts, and service needs of its customers. Ruff Tractor paves the way for your project from start to finish, featuring the latest parts and equipment from Case Construction and more. Ruff also offers 24/7 job site support. Ruff Tractor is your #1 source for everything under construction.
Back at Cedar Cliff High School, where the home Colts have taken the first 3 matches of the night against division rival Lower Dauphin. The Falcons looking to get on the board as we now move to 220 pounds. Colts up by a score of 12-zip. We move to 220. And joining us from the Carlisle Sentinel is reporter Perry Matter. Perry, welcome to the broadcast.
Thanks, guys. Good to be here, John and John.
Yeah, we make it easy on you. Just say John, and one of us will look and respond, right? So here we go at 220. Jaden Demi of Cedar Cliff taking on Taylor Staggerwald of Lower Dauphin, and it's Staggerwald with the better of it so far.
Yeah, head coach Rob Rapsey for Cedar Cliff bumping Jaden Demi up to 220 for this duel.
He's really an incredible athlete for on the weigh-in sheet tonight, 193, and he's up there at 220.
And if that name sounds familiar, it's from what he did on the football field last year for the Colts. He was one of the most outstanding running backs in the entire area, if not the entire state, and he still has another year yet. He's only a junior. Interesting story here that we're going to touch upon a little bit later in the evening, but he's wrestling basically in honor of one of his teammates tonight, and we'll get into that. But Mr. Demi is doing it in the name of Medard Kowalski, and we'll touch upon that a little bit later. A lot of action so far in this one. 6-4 favor of Demi. Crowd really getting into this as we hit the end of period number 1. A lot of scoring, a lot of action. Here's another look at that. Reversal by Mr. Staggerwald. So we go to period number 2. Taylor Staggerwald of Lower Dauphin is going to start in the top position. He's on the short end of the 6-4 score with Jaden Demi of Cedar Cliff. And Demi with a quick reversal. Second match in a row now we've seen something like that right at the start of the second period.
And he did it pretty easily, and you can just see his exceptional athleticism for someone his size, how quick he is.
It's all reaction, too.
Absolutely.
You know, he's not a wrestler by trade, but he saw that short opening and he jumped right through it.
He just has tremendous instincts.
Yeah, perhaps a bit raw in the technique at times, and this was something that Coach mentioned when you mentioned, John, about the story about him coming out a bit late in the season, but did wrestle as a youth growing up, so he does have a background, but still, when you're an athlete like this and such quickness and strength, you can really make up for a lot of technical things.
And he's now doubled the advantage. It's now 12-6. As we have just passed the halfway point in this, our fourth bout of the night at 220 pounds. Then he's starting to turn him, and he's going to get some back points, and he gets a pin. Jaden Demi, winner by fall at 220. The Colts continue to rack up the points against Lower Dauphin. You're watching High School Sports Live on ABC 27, presented by PHFA.
I know what you're thinking. This is that little Charlie Fortney again. But this is a whole new year. I spent more time with my teammates working on dribbling with Gerald. He's amazing. Shooting with my dad. He doesn't miss. And passing. And 5-on-5 concepts are really fun.
It's all coming together. What do you say, guys?
Advanced hoops.
Can't write a much better script for the Cedar Cliff Colts tonight as they've taken the first 4 matches in this key division battle with Lower Dauphin here in Mid-Penn Keystone. As they jump out to an early 18-0 lead after 4 bouts. 4 down, 10 to go.
Yeah, pure domination right now by Cedar Cliff in the heavier weights. Impressive performance there by Jaden Demi.
Not just Demi, but you look at Kalilo and Waylon as well. Such athleticism for the size. I mean, you look at how quick these for heavier weights. It's tough for really any team in the Keystone to match up with those 3 guys.
So now we move to the big boys. 285 pounds. And it's Nathan Bucks for Lower Dauphin. Against Craig Godineau of Cedar Cliff. Bucks comes in with a 9-4 record for Lower Dauphin. Godineau on the lesser end of a 6-8 record overall this year. And as usually is the case when you get to the big boys, not a whole lot of action out there. And, maybe I should have just said that earlier.
Would just because you say that, we get a takedown.
There it goes. So Nathan Bucks with the early lead. He weighed in at 268 tonight. Godineau weighed in at 275, so can't get much bigger than that, folks.
There's one heavyweight I had a chance to see this year, Bo Speller from Solanco. He is a scoring heavyweight. There's a heavyweight who does not sit back. He goes for his shots. Had a chance to see him down in Delaware at Beast to the East, and he won his weight class at 285. He is a scoring heavyweight. But you're right, typically you don't see a lot of action when you get to these heavyweights.
A lot of people think Mr. Spiller is going to be at the top of the podium when it comes time to get to Hershey this year.
Cedar Cliff earlier in the year against Redland, one of their biggest matches, actually went with Demi in this heavyweight situation. He ended up with a pin. I don't go with him tonight. I think he's better suited for the 220 in general, but interesting, that's a weapon that they can throw out in the dual meet with how strong and quick he is.
And that's usually a sign of a better program where you have some flexibility and you're not locked into one wrestler at each weight class. We saw it last night in Boiling Springs at Cumberland Valley. I mean, both coaches were making moves left and right, moving guys up, bumping them down, doing whatever the case may be, whatever was necessary.
Absolutely. Dave Hecker, in fact, leading off that duel last night, bumping his freshman Francis Dugan up to 220, and he set the tone with the pin.
It's really fun to see the coaches make it a chess match like that. And Cumberland Valley came out on top at a lot of good matches last night, close matches.
Absolutely.
And I think a lot of that strategy is now coming into play because of the move that was made a number of years ago to start randomly throughout the order, rather than just going from the lightest to the heaviest. Oftentimes, these guys will be out on the map, and the match has already been decided. The crowd is starting to leave because nothing is to be wrestled for. So at least now these guys have a chance that they feel they're contributing to the team score before things get decided.
To your point, John, there are some individual tournaments now that will do that for the championship finals. They will start at a random weight class and not just start at 106. If they think there's a real feature matchup for a championship final, they'll try to structure it and save that one for last to keep the crowd there throughout the whole finals session.
A lot of hugging and a lot of leaning on each other out here right now. So we are under a minute to go, second period. Nathan Bucks of Lower Dauphin in the darker blue singlet. He's on the bottom right now, but he has a 2-0 lead over Craig Godineau of Cedar Cliff. And we're calling a stall warning. So we're going to go back and start them all over again. We talked earlier about it being excruciating to be having somebody on top of you. I can't imagine what it's like to have somebody 270 pounds just throwing their weight on. But Bucks, late move here, doubles his advantage. It goes from 2-zip, it's now 4-zip.
It looks like Gatineau really sucking wind there on that last move. Didn't put up a whole lot of defense to that.
Didn't have much reaction time at all. Both guys just looking at each other like, come on, man.
Do we have to wrestle this final period?
Here's another look at that move. This is the earlier takedown. So we are now back underway. Live action, third period at 2:85. Nathan Bucks in the darker of the blue singlets with the 4-0 advantage over Craig Gatineau of Cedar Cliff. Bucks looking to get his Falcons on the board on the team standings for the first time tonight. And Bucks with 2 more points.
Now you're just really looking for some bonus points if you're Lower Dauphin. And a major decision would be helpful, but if you can somehow get a pin, that'd be huge.
A turn here can get you 4 points in the team score. Leading by 6. If it finishes this way, it's a 3-point win for Lower Dauphin.
You see Bucks really working hard now to try to get him over. I think to Perry's point, he does sense this could be some bonus point potential.
He got him turned. Nothing been awarded yet. 40 seconds to go. Now we're counting. 15 seconds. Points haven't been awarded yet. Looks like he's going to get 3 for the move. Match is over. 3 points awarded to Nathan Bucks, so he's going to come away with a 9-0 victory for Lower Dauphin's first win of the night at 285 pounds. You're watching High School Sports Live on ABC 27, presented by PHFA.
1847 Financial is a one-stop shop for financial needs, providing expertise including protection and insurance planning, wealth accumulation, college funding strategies, retirement and distribution planning, estate preservation, business and executive benefits planning, and employee benefits. Conveniently located at 1794 Oregon Pike in Lancaster to serve your needs, call 717-201-1992. Experience the difference with 1847 Financial.
Welcome back to Cedar Cliff High School after 4 straight victories to start tonight's bout off for the Colts. Lower Dauphin finally gets on the board as Nathan Bucks gets the win at 285 to get the Falcons their first points of the night. Now we flip it over and we go from the big behemoths down to the little guys, down to 106 pounds. Cedar Cliff on top by a count of 18-4 as we go to the 106 match.
Yeah, still an uphill climb here for Lower Dauphin, but important to at least get on the board and get a bonus point.
Ryan Bogdan is the wrestler for Cedar Cliff. It's like Tyler Walters for Lower Dauphin. We were commenting back during that commercial break that we were going to go from one extreme to the next. We expected these guys to be flying all over the place tonight, but
be interesting to
maybe
see.
Now that I said it, maybe we'll start to see some. There we go. That's all we had to do.
It's interesting to see how Ryan Bogdan bounces back. He was on the short end of a match on Saturday. Cedar Cliff here at their own dual meet tournament lost to Redline 31-30. Furious comeback by Redline, winning the last 3 or 4 bouts and clinching it as Bogdan was on the wrong end of a 12-3 major decision against Redline's Denny Dennison.
Ryan Bogdan comes in with a 7-8 record so far this year. That's the end of the first period. Not a whole lot of action or a whole lot of scoring in that one. But it's Tyler Walters of Lower Dauphin with the lead. 2-0. And I don't know why this just hit me, guys, but if you add the weights of these two guys together, we don't have one of the wrestlers that was in the last match.
That's very
It's funny
true.
how the mind works. It just, you know. Bogdan weighed in at 94.6, and with the allowance, it's Walters weighing in at 107. So,
Trying to think of the last time I weighed 94.6 pounds.
I think I was back in 6th grade. Walters on top, 4-0.
You look at Walters, and he's probably every bit of the 107 that he's listed at. I mean, he's a pretty tall 106 wrestler. And obviously came pretty close there to going over.
Yeah, if George Hartwick was here tonight, he'd probably be talking about his length. George always loves that. Those lengthy wrestlers, guys with the long arms, the long torso, the long legs. So it always poses a problem for the opponent when you're built that way. Walter's doing all he can, but Bogdan not really giving him much to work with. He's trying to get him flipped. "20 seconds to go, second period. Still 4-0. Stall warning.
And you can just see how strong Walters is on top right now. And to Perry's point, he just seems like a bigger 106.
So we're going to go to third period. It's 4-0. Ryan Walters on top. I mean, really, when you think about it, that's a 13-pound weight advantage, which doesn't seem like a whole lot, but when you look at the weight that these guys are, 13 pounds is pretty substantial. Reversal by Walters, so he's now up on top 5-0 and add 2 more on the takedown, so it's now 7-0.
Yeah, real opportunity here for Lower Dauphin to start building some momentum. They got on the board with the win at 285 from Nathan Bucks, and strong effort here so far from Walters.
Going to have to make the move now, too. You get up there at 126 with Ikeda and then McGee at 132. And those are very tough matches to pick up some points in.
It's like Walters made the decision to cut him loose to try to get the takedown. Almost came back to bite him that time. Two more. So it's now 9-1.
So potential here for back-to-back bonus point victories for Lower Dauphin.
You know, to the true wrestling fan, you know, bonus points mean a whole lot. To the average person, it might not seem like much. Well, what's a point here or a point there? But if you could pick up an extra point in 5 or 6 matches,
it starts to add up.
That's the equivalent of another pin somewhere along the line, you know. So Taylor Walters in control here. Tyler Walters, excuse me.
You can see just now Bogdan looking up at the clock. He's realizing he's in this just to avoid
just ride it out
a pin at this point.
Not give up anything else.
Now there's another stall point.
That's 11-1, a 10-point advantage. So it looks like Mr. Walters is going to get Lower Dauphin its second win of the night, second in a row. And again, another major decision. At 106 pounds, put it into books, 11-1 for Tyler Walters of Lower Dauphin. You're watching High School Sports Live on ABC 27, presented by PHFA.
Chrysler, Jeep, Nissan, Pre-Owned. The Brenner family of dealerships is proud to support High School Sports Live. And we've been serving Central PA for over 93 years. We have everything that you're looking for. Great customer service, great pricing and selection, an excellent service department for the life of your vehicle. All at the Brenner family of dealerships on the Carlisle Pike Mechanicsburg and on Paxton Street, Harrisburg. 24/7 at BrennerFamily.com. Serving Central PA for over 93 years.
Welcome back to Cedar Cliff. The Lower Dauphin Falcons have now put 2 matches on the board, but they still trail by 10. Look at some of the members of the crowd here tonight. Nice crowd here in the gym at Cedar Cliff.
13 pounds, Mater versus Toronto.
It's be Louis Tirado for Cedar Cliff against Chase Mater of Lower Dauphin. These are 2 guys that are going to really get at it. Mater coming in with a surprising record of 4-10. Tirado, on the other hand, victorious in 10 of 12 bouts so far, 4 of those by pin. Tirado with the takedown, grabs the early lead. Off the mat, so we come back to start again. We keep mentioning that this is a big bout as far as the mid-pen Keystone title is concerned. Cedar Cliff already with a 3-0 mark in division contests. Lower Dauphin just 1 win so far, 1-0.
In fact, heading into last weekend, the first weekend of the new year, it was the only duel that Lower Dauphin had wrestled, and then they had the 4-1 record last weekend down at the Wilson duels. Lower Dauphin going very heavy with individual tournaments in December.
Is that just basically a coaching preference? You know, if you want to put your team into a weekend tournament where you're going to get a lot of dual meet action, or just come up with individual ones where you're only wrestling once.
Yeah, I think a coach will look at what kind of team he has, and lots of coaches try to take the philosophy to really approach December as a grind, where you take teams to tournaments and you really get a sense of what kind of team you have before you head into January, which is obviously more dual meet heavy.
So the end of the first period. $2-0 in favor of Louis Tirado, Cedar Cliff.
I think going into that factor as well when you make those decisions is, when you go to a place where you're going to get 5 dual matches, then perhaps you can get more guys in there, and your best guys can even get more reps than obviously you want to go and challenge yourself as well. So there's that. If you go and challenge yourself too hard, then maybe guys only get a match or two before they're done for the weekend and maybe don't get as much work as you would hope they could get.
I spoke a couple of times earlier this season with Doug Ryan, the head coach at Chambersburg, who prefers that his team start out the season in a tournament. He calls it a chance to wash the green off of his wrestlers, where he can kind of hide some of his inexperienced wrestlers but get some matches under their belt in an individual tournament. Whereas if you're in a duel, all the eyes are on this center mat and watching you. And Chambersburg this year started off with a duel and really got hammered by Central Dauphin. But that just speaks to the different philosophies of some coaches.
Escape there, so it's now 2-1. As Mater gets his first point of the match. Another thing, too, when you get into those weekend tournaments where you're wrestling a lot, because this is such a grueling sport, you do have to watch about injuries.
Yes.
At this point of the season, coming out of those holiday tournaments, you always run into teams where, especially coaches, say, well, we're banged up. We're really banged up. We got some guys that are nicked and injured. And, that's what happens when you're wrestling 5 times in one day.
And one of the teams we saw last night, Boiling Springs, has gone through their share of bumps and bruises throughout December and the early part of January.
They just got a couple of wrestlers back who hadn't wrestled in a couple of weeks. Chase Mater with the takedown late in the second period. He's going to stretch his advantage now.
Really goes to show you, and I could come back to be wrong about this, about the fact that how much records maybe don't mean much. I mean, Mater's record not great, but he wrestled very well there in that second period.
So he's taking a 3-2 advantage now. There was the move there late in the second. So now we go to the third. We're 113 pounds.
Yeah, Toronto really came out aggressive in the first period of that match with that early shot, but you're right. Mater wrestled a really nice second period.
There's a 1-point escape, so we're tied at 3 with 1:45 to go. And just like that, Toronto. Once again, we say it here at the table, and it happens out there on the match, on the mat. Toronto now up 5-3. As we're under a minute and a half to go at 1:13.
From your lips to the wrestler's ears, I guess.
Never ceases to amaze me when George Hartwick is here. He'll talk about, well, it's about time for a stall warning, and sure enough, there goes the hand from the official. The man just has a sixth sense about him. But again, I think for everybody involved, Brian Swartz, the referee tonight, hasn't had to make many of those calls. It was rather obvious in some of the other earlier matches, but
yeah, it's been pretty much by the book so far.
Outside of the stall warnings, really the only controversial thing was in that very first match when the buzzer went off and he had given 2 after the buzzer had sounded and then had to eventually wave it off.
And the thing is, both sides recognize that there was no complaint from either side, so they got the call right.
It was a very calm discussion. I've seen some heated discussions at the scores table.
Yeah, unlike the NFL, we don't have further review on this. There's no coaching challenges. 10 seconds left. Looks like Louis Tirado of Cedar Cliff is going to come away with a hard-fought win over Chase Matter of Lower Dauphin. Put it in the books. Tirado, 5-3 winner at 113 pounds. You're watching High School Sports Live on ABC 27, presented by PHFA.
Karen has 459 friends, but none of them made sure she got home okay. None of them suggested she skip the next drink, try a glass of water, or maybe just call it a night. Karen has 459 friends, but tonight, what she really needed was one good one.
Welcome back to Cedar Cliff High School. Cedar Cliff stops the bleeding there a little bit. They won the first 2 matches. Lower Dauphin took her first 4 matches. Lower Dauphin won the next 2. Cedar Cliff gets back on the board with that 5-3 decision. by Louis Tirado at 113 pounds. So that is now going to move us to the 120-pound match. We are joined now here at Matt's side by Bob Ferraro, wrestling connoisseur, if you will. Bob was a former wrestler at Bucknell, a two-time Division I All-American, and he runs the National High School Coaches Association and runs the National High School Wrestling Championships. So, Bob, welcome to the telecast tonight, and what are your impressions of the first couple of matches so far?
I think the wrestling's been pretty good. Guys seem to be pretty aggressive. I think the bonus points are going to become pretty important down the road, so kids are pretty conscientious of that, and whether it's not giving up that extra point or going to get the extra point, I think both teams are into it. I think the couple falls at the heavier weight classes is going to come in big.
And we actually have an injury timeout, our first of the night. Looks like we're going to have some blood time here. Let's see, being attended to by the trainer. Bloody nose, and while we're getting this taken care of, let's take a quick commercial break. You're watching High School Sports Live on ABC 27, presented by PHFA.
High School Sports Live is sponsored in part by The Patriot News, powered by PennLive.com, and by Keystone Tax Associates, a specialized sales and use tax consulting business, and by Sports Recruiters, your vehicle for sports success, sportsrecruiters.com.
Back at Cedar Cliff, that is Lower Dauphin's Peter Mumaw, tending to his bloody nose. Got bloodied in his 120-pound bout with Cedar Cliff's Josh McLaughlin. McLaughlin on top by a score of 4-0. You're not quite a minute into this one. So McLaughlin up 4-0 as we resume action here at 120 pounds. Cedar Cliff enjoying a 21-8 advantage in the team score so far.
Real advantage coming up in these next couple of weight classes for Cedar Cliff. So it's important now or never for Lower Dauphin to get some more points on the board. I think if they could have gotten that Mater-Tirado match to swing their way, definitely could have made things a little more interesting.
It was 10 points at that time, so you cut into a 10-point lead, or now you're down by 13. So. After that opening barrage, not much happening else here after that blood timeout. So we hit the end of the first period. It's Josh McLaughlin of Cedar Cliff with a 4-0 lead over Peter Mumaw of Lower Dauphin. And it's going to be McLaughlin with the choice now to start the second period. And he's choosing neutral, so we are now underway in period number 2. Bob, we've seen all kinds of styles here so far tonight. We've seen guys going at it right from the get-go. We've also seen them trying to to feel each other out like we had there at the start of this period. Whenever you wrestled, how did you prefer to do it? Were you one of those go-getters, or did you like to kind of counter what the other guys are trying to do to you?
I'll remember it as though I was a go-getter. But
come on, I gave you a blank canvas there. Say whatever you want, right?
I would say a lot of the wrestling now seems to have moved more towards on your feet wrestling, and there's a lot less intention to go for a fall, and I was always kind of brought up as a mat wrestler, so seeing the kids kind of ride the wrist here like Josh is and go out to the side almost as though he's gaining riding time and not necessarily trying to turn him or go for the fall. I know Cedar Cliff works a lot of cross wrist tilt, and it looked like Lower Dauphin kids were trying a little bit of that as well, but seems like kids like to wrestle on their feet a lot more. But wrestling's been really good. I think the Cedar Cliff coach was talking to him ahead of the match, and he thought it would be a lot tighter than I think it's playing out to be here in the match.
Is that a national trend? You're saying that you think that wrestlers like to wrestle on their feet a lot more now?
Yeah, I think so. This area of the state in Pennsylvania is kind of known for a lot of that cross tilt. I think Central Dauphin certainly introduced
Yeah,
a
they
lot
made a
of
living out of doing that.
Yeah, and a lot of the teams in this area have kind of picked it up. But it's not a lot of leg ride, and I haven't seen really one half Nelson yet tonight. Just those pinning combinations seem to be going away a little bit.
Okay. So we head to period number 3. 6-0 advantage for Cedar Cliff's Josh McLaughlin over Peter Mumon. 120-pound match. That's McLaughlin in the lighter blue singlet. In control right now as they bounce off the mat, so we come back to the middle.
Not a ton of action in this bout, John, but McLaughlin has just quietly been in control this whole time.
And that's in contrast to what we saw earlier, where Colello was just in control, but it was very apparent that he was in control. As you said, this is almost just like workmanlike.
Yes.
It's by the book. Nothing fancy, but you look up, he's got a solid 6-0 lead.
Yeah, Colello was very active in the way he controlled his bout.
This is a kind of dangerous situation for the Lower Dauphin kid here if Josh gets out to the side and runs that bar towards his head. Josh seems to be riding it right now versus getting out to the side with it where he could score with it.
We're going to restart. Coming up a minute to go. Final period at 120. So Mumon gets his first point of the match on an escape. Safe to say this is the point in the match when the lungs start to burn and every muscle everywhere starts to ache. And you wonder how much longer 36 seconds is going to last, huh?
No question. It's only a 6-minute match, but for some reason those 6 minutes really take it out when you're wrestling.
We have another stoppage here for another blood timeout.
I remember in middle school gym class, they introduced wrestling to us. And believe a minute and a half in, I believe I ran out of gas. And that was my first introduction and crash course into how physically grueling the sport of wrestling is.
But did you stick with it?
I did not stick with it.
I was going to say, some guys would try it and say, that's it. Your first and only foray into the sport.
You're using every part of your body every second of those 6 minutes. It's really tough.
It's a great sport to watch when you're up in the bleachers or here at Matt's side, but I can't imagine what it's like to be out there doing some of these things, as you said, for 6 minutes. And to the average person, 6 minutes is not that long, but when you're exerting that kind of energy, safe to say a lot of these guys will sleep well tonight, right?
That's the wrestlers love to hear that. Ex-wrestlers love to hear that as well. It really is. It takes a lot to get your body in shape to wrestle 6 hard minutes. At the college level, it's 7 minutes. There's guys that can get their conditioning to the point where they can go the entire time, really separate themselves and create an advantage.
Talk about bonus points, and McLaughlin with a shot at maybe getting some more. He's going to cut him. 6-point advantage. He's got 14.7 seconds left. He gets another 2-point takedown. He will get the major decision. Numa has him tied up, keeps the legs out of play. And unfortunately, he's going to run out of time. He's not going to get the major, but Josh McLaughlin of Cedar Cliff, an 8-2 winner in 120 pounds. You're watching High School Sports Live on ABC 27, presented by PHFA.
Under a new state law, all electronics must be recycled.
Welcome to the Dauphin County Recycling Center, where recycling is quick, easy, and free.
You may recycle appliances or even cell phones.
We're open 6 days a week, and recycling is as easy as 1, 2, 3.
Contact our helpful staff at the Recycling Center or visit our website for more information.
Help us protect our planet, because tomorrow does matter.
Cedar Cliff's extended its lead now. It's now 24-8 over Lower Dauphin. Another look at some of the faces in the crowd here at Cedar Cliff's gym tonight. So we are now getting ready for our 126-pound match.
Versus Cedar, 126 pounds.
126 pounds. Looks like Jordan Foreman for Lower Dauphin. Taking on Gabriel Akita of Cedar Cliff. Again, Cedar Cliff in the lighter of the two singlets. Lower Dauphin in the royal blue, Cedar Cliff in the powder blue. So far, we've had just a couple of runs here. Cedar Cliff won the first 4 matches, then Lower Dauphin took 2. Cedar Cliff's come back with 2, and Akita gets 2 on the takedown, and it looks like he's going to pick up at least some points. And off the mat right in front of our camera. Fast and furious action here to start 126.
That close to a reversal there, right at the edge of the mat there from Foreman.
He's going to have to do something, because Akita, after a minute, has already opened up a 5-0 lead.
That happens a lot after a takedown. Kids rest for that split second, and if the top guy's looking to put him on his back right away, he can surprise him with move like he did.
Foreman with the record of 5-6. Akita coming in at 16-5 with 8 pins already this year.
One of his 5 losses coming just last weekend at the their own Cedar Cliff Duels. A loss to Manheim Township's Victor Kenderdine, a ranked wrestler by my colleague Jeremy Elliott in District 3 AAA.
Yeah, we have two of Jeremy's ranked wrestlers in action tonight. Josh Colello of Cedar Cliff, a winner at 182. Jeremy has him ranked number 1 in 182 in the district. And Lower Dauphin still has its wrestler to come a little bit later tonight. That's Bailey Shutt. And time runs out on that move. But Akita continues to rack up the points. So after one period, very dominating first period. Gabriel Akita, he has an 8-0 lead heading into period number 2 at 126. And he stretches that now with that takedown, so it's now 10-0. Two more on the takedown, make it 12-1.
Lower Dauphin coach Kamal Pegram asking his wrestler Foreman to be offensive, but kind of tough to do here. Akita just can be very overwhelming.
Almost smothering. I mean, the way he just constantly keeps attacking. Start returning. Just a matter of time, maybe. 30 seconds left in the period, and it's over. Gabriel Akita, winner by fall at 126. You're watching High School Sports Live on ABC 27, presented by PHFA.
Chrysler, Jeep, Nissan, Pre-Owned. The Brenner family of dealerships is proud to support High School Sports Live. And we've been serving Central PA for over 93 years. We have everything that you're looking for. Great customer service, great pricing and selection, an excellent service department for the life of your vehicle. All at the Brenner family of dealerships on the Carlisle Pike Mechanicsburg and on Paxton Street, Harrisburg. 24/7 at BrennerFamily.com. Serving Central PA for over 93 years.
Back at Cedar Cliff High School, where the Colts have stretched their advantage. It's now 30-8 over Lower Dauphin as we head to the 132-pound match. Connor McGee wrestling for Cedar Cliff at 132. He's taking on Joseph Stoke.
He's looking for a fall here quick. He's got that cradle in. McGee's got to break those hands on bottom and get out of there.
McGee comes in with a record of 6-4. Stoke comes in at 16-6. 3 for the back points awarded, so it's now 5-0. With an escape, it's 5-1.
When guys are going for the fall, it's really noticeable. In that last match with Akita, he, from the opening whistle, took him down, looked to put him on his back. This wrestler from Lower Dauphin here, kind of same style. He's got a lot of pressure after he gets on top. You could tell he's looking for a fall from the start of the match.
Do wrestlers tend to be that way in all their matches, or does it vary from opponent to opponent?
Yeah, I think it varies. You know, you'd like to think each wrestler takes the initiative to look for a fall during each match that they wrestle and takes that approach, but depending on the reputation of your opponent and depending on that first kind of tie up and how that feels, and if you can feel his will breaking a little bit, you know, you might smell a little blood and go after it a little harder.
So Stoke picks up another point there on the escape, so he now has an 8-1 advantage.
Lower Dauphin could not only use a win, but they could sure use a fall here to break this Cedar Cliff momentum.
And if they don't get the fall, at least maybe a potential tech fall, as you have a 9-point advantage. Still excess of 3 minutes to go in this one. Technical fall again. If you open up a lead of 15 points or more over your opponent, the match is automatically stopped and you get 5 team points for that. So under a minute in period 2. Stoke in control from the outset on this one, leading at 10-1. Get a couple of more points on this one. And we're going to come to the end of period number 2. Joseph Stoke of Lower Dauphin with a commanding 13-1 lead. So we head to the final 2 minutes. Another quick look at this one. All tied up, nowhere to go.
I think he defaulted from his wrist.
Wrist was heavily taped, so it looks like it's going to be an injury default. 6 points go to Lower Dauphin. You're watching High School Sports Live on ABC 27, presented by PHFA.
Karen, I give you this ring.
Lance, I give you this ring as a symbol of my love.
Living Well with a Disability is a free source for anyone with any type of disability. We provide countless resources and endless opportunities to live your best.
We really are living well.
Call 1-877-2-LIVE-WELL to discover resources available for you.
Back at Cedar Cliff High School. One of our younger members of the audience here tonight. As we move to 138 pounds. Cedar Cliff giving up 6 on that injury default. Connor McGee, his wrist was heavily taped. Guess he felt he could not continue, so the win is awarded to Joseph Stoke. So he moved to 138 pounds. It's going to be Lee Castle of Lower Dauphin. It's Marcus Vassar of Cedar Cliff. The name Vassar, very familiar in local wrestling. Marcus, I believe, the younger brother of former Colt standout Chris Vassar. It is over. Lee Castle, a winner by fall in just 28 seconds. You're watching High School Sports Live on ABC 27, presented by PHFA.
HoffmanFord.com, turning the World Wide Web into the World Wide Wow. Find the newer pre-owned Ford you want right now from your computer. Shop online 24/7, 365. And our exclusive inventory is updated daily. With hundreds of new and used vehicles, you're sure to find the one that clicks. Hoffman Ford, Harrisburg's premium Ford dealer for 60 years. Click on or come by.
Back at Cedar Cliff High School, Lower Dauphin has picked up a substantial number of points, the last two by injury default and a pin at 28 seconds by Lee Castle at 138 pounds. So tightens up the team score. It's now 30-20 as we head into the final couple of bouts of the night. Again, another look at the crowd here at Cedar Cliff. A nice crowd in attendance at the gym.
Castle wasting little time in that bout. Really wrestling well right now.
And we have to say is going to be one of the candidates for our move of the match. We'll be announcing that a little bit later on. It's going to be here at 1:45. It's going to be Stephen Ross of Cedar Cliff. And he is opposed by Christian Vaughn of Lower Dauphin.
Ross coming in, he's won 7 of his last 8 matches. That loss was out at the Powerade tournament to Greg Gaxiola from Buchanan, California. And he got some really good experience out there. Also got to wrestle Sam Crevis of Hempfield area, nationally ranked wrestler, state title contender this year as well.
Stephen comes in with a 15-4 mark. He's been a 4-year contributor here for the Colts. 77 career victories for Stephen. And he gets the early 2-0 lead. Started to make the turn, didn't quite get there far enough to rack up any back points, so it's still 2-0. 40 seconds to go. Ross gets the turn that time. Control. Ross puts his weight on him. If he can get him down to the mat, we're going to finish him, and we do. Stephen Ross, a winner. First period at 1:45. You're watching High School Sports Live on ABC 27, presented by PHFA.
The Advanced Hoops basketball program has professional skill training. Advanced Hoops is unique as we offer professional point guard and dribbling with Gerald Jarman.
As a former point guard at the University of Richmond, I led one of the greatest upsets ever against Syracuse in 1991. I get more fulfillment out of teaching young athletes the things that I learned and the keys that I learned, both in college and professionally.
Charlie Fortney's shooting instruction is amazing. He's helped many high-level players get a great shooting foundation for the college level.
Back at Cedar Cliff, the Colts have now stem the tide, and it's now back up to a 16-point advantage, 36-20 over Lower Dauphin. 2 matches to go. Stay tuned. We're going to have our Brenner Wrestler of the Match. We'll be interviewing who we feel is within the key participants in tonight's match, and we will also be coming up with our Move of the Match, sponsored by Capital Region Insurance Agency. So stay tuned for the announcement of those 2 awards and the interview with our Wrestler of the Match. As we move now to 152 pounds. 2 matches to go. This one has been decided as far as the team score is concerned. Cedar Cliff with a 16-point advantage. So we go to 152. It's going to be Clayton Goss of Cedar Cliff taking on Brandon Schaefer of Lower Dauphin. So that pin by Stephen Ross clinched victory for Cedar Cliff, so they're going to go to 4-0 on the year in Mid-Penn Keystone standings.
Yeah, Cedar Cliff now really in the driver's seat in the Mid-Penn Keystone, obviously going to go to 4-0, and they really look battle-tested and ready as the team postseason will be here in just a couple of weeks.
We've been talking about the Colts and the Falcons as far as the Keystone division. But the way Cedar Cliff looks tonight, do they have the potential to really do anything in the postseason?
I think they can do a little bit. I still say, though, when it comes down to it, they're still not quite as deep as a Cumberland Valley or a Central Dauphin.
Some think they may have already wrestled their toughest match in the Keystone. They had Redland the very first match of the Keystone. That might be the other team that could have given them a run, and that was a pretty good back and forth match. But there is some depth. But as John just pointed out, the depth of a Cumberland Valley and a Central Dauphin is very tough to match across the state.
First points of the match going to Brandon Schaefer of Lower Dauphin. And time expires at the end of the first period. He had a 2-0 lead. He gets 3 back points there, so he's now going to carry a 5-0 lead into period number 2. Just to set the stage, we have one more match coming up, and as we said, we're going to be touching upon something coming up. We'll be doing that during that 160-pound match. It's going to get pretty emotional for the Colts here. We'll be explaining that in just a few minutes at the end of this match. 152. Schaefer of Lower Dauphin with a 5-0 lead over Gauss of Cedar Cliff.
That being said, John, when you get to the postseason, I could still see Cedar Cliff being a tough out when you get to the district team tournament.
Even if you are one of those top teams, it's not necessarily the type of team you want to face.
Correct, right.
Just because on any given night, one match goes one way or, anything can happen. Gauss still in control, under a minute to go, period 2. I always love these tight shots that our camera guys get whenever a wrestler's making a move. How many times they actually look to the bench and get instruction from the coach, through a hand signal or something. It's like, well, what do I do now?
Yeah, you'll see a coach give out some instructions, and you wonder, the wrestlers on bottom is probably thinking, I'm trying, what am I supposed to do here?
You think if the kids could yell back, they probably would and say, Coach, I don't think you realize.
You come out here and try it.
Right.
Coming to the end of period 2. Not much action in that period. Gauss in control the entire time. I'm sorry, Schaefer in control the entire time as he has the 5-0 lead.
Still, in a way, Gauss was, looked very close to being able to pick up some points there, and kind of unfortunate for him, although he was on top for most of that period, not able to pick up a point.
Another timeout here. Kamal Pegram, Lower Dauphin coach there in the blue shirt, giving his wrestler some instruction. While we have the chance, we'll mention what's coming up here at 160. There was a wrestler with the Cedar Cliff program named Medard Kowalski. Medard went missing back on December 1st, apparently when he was going deer hunting. Medard has not been heard from or been found yet, and it's been a very emotional toll on the Colt wrestling team. So much so that they have his singlet here on the bench, and that they have his name still up on the scoreboard. Is the wrestler at 160 pounds. So we'll touch upon that in a little bit, but it's going to be an emotional match coming up here in just a few minutes. Is the Colts wrestle at the weight that Medard would have been wrestling at. Meanwhile, back to action here at 152. It's Brandon Schaefer of Lower Dauphin, now with a 6-0 advantage over Clayton Gauss of Cedar Cliff. This match for some individual pride here and perhaps make the score a little bit closer. As we said, the pin by Stephen Ross at 145 clinches this victory for Cedar Cliff tonight. Most you can get in any individual match is 6 points. They have a 16-point advantage with just 2 bouts remaining.
36-23, I believe, is what the score was between these two teams last year.
Very similar. $36-23, exactly. That was the score last year. Well, with the 8-point advantage now, unless something happens, it's going to be 24. .40 seconds left at 152. Brandon Schaefer in the darker of the 2 blue singlets. In control for Lower Dauphin. 8-0 over Clayton Gauss. Eight seconds left. Well, it remains at 152. Brandon Schaefer of Lower Dauphin putting the final touches. On an 8-1 victory for Clayton Gauss of Cedar Cliff. You're watching High School Sports Live on ABC 27, presented by PHFA.
Today, we have some breaking news on the West Shore. Some spraining, twisting, popping news. It appears that Mechanicsburg is getting a state-of-the-art OSS orthopedic urgent care. This is what we know so far. OSS urgent care is much faster than the emergency room. All patients will be seen by orthopedic experts. Costs are typically less, and OSS is open 7 days a week. Remember, if you have a sprain, pop, or break to report, go right to the experts. OSS Orthopedic Urgent Care. 2 great locations, York and now Mechanicsburg. Now that's some good news.
So we come to our last bout of the night at 160 pounds. Cedar Cliff on top of the team score 36-23. They've clinched victory here tonight. here we come with our last two competitors. That's, as I mentioned, Medard Kowalski. Would have been a team captain this year, wrestling at 160 pounds for Cedar Cliff. As we said, went missing back on December 1st. Been a very emotional time for the Colts wrestling team. And I was talking to Coach Rob Rapsey earlier. He said it's sort of their mantra. He says, we're taking Medard with us through this journey of the season.
It was a very emotional night, the first duel after Medard went missing against Redland.
Yeah.
My colleague Jeremy Elliott was here, I believe, as were you, Perry.
Yeah, the place was just absolutely electric, and you know, that rivalry doesn't really need anything added to it to begin with, but considering the circumstances, and this place was just packed, and when Jaden Demi got the pin at the heavyweight weight class, I think Demi was screaming on the mat, and you couldn't hear him. It was pretty unbelievable what went on that night.
So we have Bailey Shutt for Lower Dauphin here at 160. He's being opposed by Jared Meese.
My colleague Jeremy Elliott ranking Bailey Shutt #1 at 160 in District 3 AAA. Fun wrestler to watch, very intense. Saw him opening weekend of the season at the Cumberland Valley Kickoff Classic, winning the title at 160, a 5-3 win over Frankie Krause of Springford, and it was a very heated battle between the two before and after that match.
Bailey's been a wrestler for some time here. Has a record of 13-3 this year.
Also took second at the Trojan Wars of Chambersburg. A tough 3-2 loss in that final to Cole Franklin of Emmaus. So it's been a very strong season so far for Bailey Shutt.
Bailey just a junior, so he's got a year to go yet. He has 50 career victories now. End of period #1. Bailey Shutt with a 2-0 lead over Jared Meese. Our final bout of the night here between Cedar Cliff and Lower Dauphin. Meese starts the second period in the up position. Shutt trying to work the hand and get away, and he does. The escape earns him a point, so it's now 3-0 advantage. And stay tuned with the conclusion of this one. We're going to have our Brenner Wrestler of the Match. We'll have a live interview with the person we deem to be the recipient of that award tonight. And we will also be mentioning our Move of the Match. That award is presented by the Capital Region Insurance Agency. So stay tuned for those announcements. If you've been watching from the beginning, hopefully you have a couple of candidates that you think might be worthy of those two awards. And we'll see if yours match up with our decision tonight. And that's Shutt with 2 more on the takedown. Final minute of period 2. He now leads at 5-0. Meese attempted to get out, but Shutt nearly turns him on the back. He's going to run out of time. His time expires in period #2. So we're going to head to our potential final 2 minutes of the night. And it's Bailey Shutt of Lower Dauphin. 5-0 lead for Jared Meese of Cedar Cliff. Despite being on the bottom, it is deemed that Meese is still in control. Now there's a 2-point reversal. So it's 7-0. 2 more back points, so it's now 9. Major decision area here.
A real workmanlike effort here from Bailey Shutt.
Right there with you, John. It's just, piling up, not being too aggressive, just kind of taking what Meese gives him, and now might have almost had himself a pin there.
Sometimes you have to wonder if wrestlers just, maybe take it easy in the beginning and then turn it on at the end just to work on some things maybe during a match.
It almost looks that way in this bout, definitely.
You could just sense that Shutt was getting stronger as this match was going on. So,
and certainly Shutt's strategy would change if this match was within 6. See how aggressive he would possibly be, but with the match decided, has just been very, very conservative and aggressive when necessary.
Coming down the stretch here, final minutes, final seconds. Will he get the pin in time? Meese staring up at the scoreboard, seeing the seconds tick away. Can he hold out another 5 seconds? Three points, it's going to go down as a tech fall, I guess, 15-0. So he wins the final bout of the night by technical fall with a 15-0 advantage. That makes the final score Cedar Cliff 36, Lower Dauphin 28. Stay tuned. We'll be back with our wrestler of the match and our move of the match coming up next on ABC 27, High School Sports Live, presented by PHFA.
Hey guys, just in time.
When Julie wanted to provide some stability for her 2 boys, she reached out to the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency for her home loan. We're proud we could help Julie and her family. If you're looking for an affordable home loan or refinancing option, give us a call. We offer down payment and closing cost assistance too. Call us weekdays 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. or check our website. We're the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency. We help homeownership dreams come true.
There's a place where kids really connect to learning. Commonwealth Connections Academy. It's a tuition-free, fully accredited online public school where students find devoted, enthusiastic teachers like never before. Commonwealth Connections Academy, the online public school.
It's always better when you get to pick your team. That's why I didn't just accept the regional health plan offered at work. I went to a Highmark Direct store and picked a more affordable plan with a broader network, one that I feel better with.
For the most value, you're better with Blue. We're reinventing affordable health care for today and for generations to come. For all you do, you're better with Highmark Blue Shield.
No regrets.
If only she'd parked in a garage. If only they had the chimney cleaned. If only they had Erie Insurance. Erie is seriously good insurance that treats you fairly and goes above and beyond to make you feel like your auto or home mishap never happened, at rates that'll save you as much as the other guys. So get a quote from Erie today, because whatever your regrets in life, your insurance company shouldn't be one of them.
Erie Insurance.
From Times Square to your local community, from local sports to international conventions, Invicta has changed the broadcast and video landscape, bringing professional quality and service to organizations across the globe. Through professional, college level, and local sports, festivals, competitions, parades, and telethons, conferences, and commercials, Invicta is bringing the power of video to more people and markets than ever before. Have a project you need covered? Check out our website for more information. Invicta, providing affordable HD video solutions.
Welcome back to Cedar Cliff High School, where the Cedar Cliff Colts have finished off a 36-28 victory over Lower Dauphin. The Falcons tonight in a Mid-Penn Keystone Division matchup. Colts go to 4-0 on the year in division play. With us now is our Brenner Wrestler of the Match, and that is Jaden Demi of Cedar Cliff. Jaden, a winner tonight by fall at 220 pounds. And Jaden, first of all, congratulations on a match. And first of all, just tell us about your thoughts on how your match went tonight.
Well, I came out neutral. I was pretty good on my feet, and he hit me with a reversal, almost put me on my back, almost stuck me in the first, and I fought out of it, and then got on bottom, hit a switch, got out. So, I mean, it was a good match. I felt like I wrestled well, pretty well.
Okay, as far as the team is concerned, a big victory over Lower Dauphin. You guys are kind of in control now. You control your own destiny in Mid-Penn Keystone.
Yeah, coach was preaching all week. These next 3 weeks we have to win because we want to be our division champs. We want to go far, and we have a really good team, really young, bunch of juniors. We only have 2 seniors, so if not this year, next year we'll definitely make a run.
John, do you have anything for him?
Yeah, talk a little bit about your coach, Rob Rapsey, took you to some tough individual tournaments throughout the month of December. How has that prepared you guys as you're moving forward here in dual meets in January?
Well, when you go to a tough tournament, you see great competition. You see some of the best in the nation, and it helps you get better. So you learn moves. You see what level you're at and what you need to work on to get better. And in the long run, we have a lot of good kids. Some can make it to states, some to districts. And as a team, I think we can go to team states. As you see, we're pretty tough all around.
Okay, finally, I guess we have to mention the fact that your story has been well publicized this year. You came out to join the team late because of the circumstances surrounding your teammate Medard Kowalski. Can you tell us what it's been like with you guys as a team trying to cope with this whole situation?
Well, we take him with us to every match. His singlet's over there. He's in our hearts. He's in our minds before every match, and he's with us there on the match every time, every single person. And Coach preaches, we can't forget, because if Med was out here, he'd be giving 110% in practice out here on the mat for everyone. So we do it for him.
Okay, well, thank you for your time, and I'd like to present you with this plaque, emblematic of being our Brenner Wrestler of the Match. So congratulations on a job well done, and best of luck to you for the rest of the season. Okay, Jane Demi of Cedar Cliff, our Wrestler of the Match, sponsored by Brenner. Now coming up here is our Move of the Match, presented by the Capital Region Insurance Agency, and that took place at 138 pounds. It was Lee Castle of Lower Dauphin in the dark singlet there, as he came up with a pin at 28 seconds over his opponent tonight. Making short work of it right there. That is the Move of the Match, presented by Capital Region Insurance Agency. So that's going to do it from Cedar Cliff. Again, the final score 36-28. Join us for our next telecast on High School Sports Live, which will be basketball. And that comes up on the 9th. It's tomorrow night, basketball, Dallastown at Red Lion. Thanks again to our staff and crew from Invicta, bringing you all the sights and sounds of this one tonight. And we will be back again with another wrestling match for you next Thursday. Central Dauphin at Cumberland Valley. You won't want to miss that one, folks. That's going to be a big one. So again, for everyone involved with the telecast tonight here from Cedar Cliff, thanks for watching. Again, the score, Cedar Cliff 36, Lower Dauphin 28. Thanks for watching High School Sports Live on ABC 27, presented by PHFA.